Imagine you're shopping for a new pair of sneakers, grabbing a cup of coffee from your favorite cafe, or buying groceries and suddenly the prices jumped. You didn't change your order, the store didn't have a sale, and nothing about the product seems different. What happened? We've been hearing the word tariffs thrown around a lot lately, but what does that really mean and how does it affect the average consumer? Today, we'll go over whether tariffs are good for the economy, how they impact real people, and who's actually picking up the bill. Hi, I'm Michael Ziolkowski, Associate Professor of International Business at SUNY Brockport. Let's break it down.
Reciprocal tariffs on countries throughout the world. Reciprocal, that means they do it to us and we do it to them.
Tariffs are basically taxes that governments place on goods when they are imported into or exported out of a country. When a product crosses the border, the government may charge an extra fee. You can think of these as border tolls. Governments use them to control trade, protect their economies, and sometimes even to gain influence on trade deals. When tariffs go up, goods cost more. On the flip side, when tariffs go down, you might save some money. This creates a greater impact on lower income groups who spend a disproportionate amount of their income on necessities and consumables. The biggest changes show up in products that rely heavily on imports like electronics, fossil fuels, vehicles, and pharmaceuticals. Let's look at a real-life example. Take a luxury watch company based in Long Island. Tariffs on materials for watch components imported from Japan and China were just 3% less than 10 years ago. Since then, the tariffs have increased more than tenfold to 45%. That means if the watch company is buying $100,000 in imported parts, they will pay an additional $45,000 in tariffs alone. In order to stay profitable, the company has been selling their watches for 3 times the cost of manufacturing. So if they spent $50 on materials, they would sell the watch for $150. Suddenly, that same $150 watch jumps to $225. And for what? For the consumer, especially when it comes to non-essential products like luxury watches, they are now far more likely to explore alternative, more affordable options, meaning the price increase the company had to implement to stay afloat is now the very reason they become obsolete. By making imported goods more expensive, tariffs are meant to encourage people to buy products made in their own country, boosting the domestic economy and creating manufacturing jobs. The problems arise when a country doesn't have the infrastructure or the knowledge to produce a product. This is largely what's happening in America today. Because we've been outsourcing our manufacturing for so long, we no longer have the capability of producing many products on U.S. soil, leaving no choice than to grit our teeth and pay the cost for foreign goods. So are tariffs good or bad? In the long term, tariffs might incentivize consumers to buy domestic products, boost a country's economy, stimulate industry, and lower our dependence on foreign nations. However, in the short term, if the domestic manufacturing can't catch up with demand, all you'll see is rising costs and possibly lost jobs as other countries retaliate. If you're interested in diving deeper into the intersection of economics, public policy, and global management, check out the School of Business and Management at SUNY Brockport.